The Witness of the 12 Ancestors, YISSASKAR, Chapter 1. The copy of the words of YISSASKAR. For he called his sons and said to them, Hearken, my children, to YISSASKAR your father. Give ear to the words of him who is beloved of Yahuah. I was born the 5th son to Yaʿaqob by the way of hire for the mandrakes. For Reuven, my brother, brought in mandrakes from the field, and Rachel met him and took them. And Reuven wept, and at his voice Leah, my mother, came forth. Now these mandrakes were sweet-smelling apples, which were produced in the land of Canaan, below a ravine of water. And Rachel said, I will not give them to you, but they shall be to me instead of children. For Yahuah has despised me, and I have not borne children to Yaʿaqob. Now there were 2 apples, and Leah said to Rachel, Let it suffice you that you have taken my husband. Will you take these also? And Rachel said to her, You shall have Yaʔaqob this night for the mandrakes of your son. And Leah said to her, Yaʔaqob is mine, for I am the wife of his youth. But Rachel said, Boast not, and vaunt not yourself, for he espoused me before you. And for my sake he served our father 14 years. And had not craft increased on the earth, and the wickedness of men prospered, you would not now see the face of Yaʔaqob. For you are not his wife, but in craft wert taken to him in my stead. And my father deceived me, and removed me on that night, and did not suffer Yaʔaqob to see me. For had I been there, this had not happened to him. Nevertheless, for the mandrakes I am hiring Yaʔaqob to you for 1 night. And Yaʔaqob knew Leah, and she conceived and bare me. And on account of the hire I was called YISSASKAR. Then appeared to Yaʔaqob a messenger of Yahuah, saying, 2 children shall Rachel bear, inasmuch as she has refused company with her husband, and has chosen continency. And had not Leah my mother paid the 2 apples for the sake of his company, she would have borne 8 sons. For this reason she bare 6, and Rachel bare the 2. For on account of the mandrakes Yahuah visited her. For he knew that for the sake of children she wished to company with Yaʔaqob, and not for lust of pleasure. For on the morrow also she again gave up Yaʔaqob. Because of the mandrakes, therefore, Yahuah hearkened to Rachel. For though she desired them, she ate them not, but offered them in the house of Yahuah, presenting them to the Kohen of the Most High, who was at that time. When therefore I grew up, my children, I walked in uprightness of heart, and I became a husbandman for my father and my brethren, and I brought in fruits from the field according to their season. And my father baraked me, for he saw that I walked in rectitude before him. And I was not a busybody in my doings, nor envious and malicious against my neighbor. I never slandered anyone, nor did I censure the life of any man, walking as I did in singleness of eye. Therefore, when I was 35 years old, I took to myself a wife, for my labor wore away my strength, and I never thought upon pleasure with women. But owing to my toil, sleep overcame me, and my father always rejoiced in my rectitude, because I offered through the Kohen to Yahuah all first fruits, then to my father also. And Yahuah increased 10,000-fold his benefits in my hands. And also Yaʔaqob my father knew that Elohim aided my singleness. For on all the poor and oppressed I bestowed the good things of the earth in the singleness of my heart. And now, hearken to me, my children, and walk in singleness of your heart, for I have seen in it all that is well-pleasing to Yahuah. The single-minded man covets not gold, he overreaches not his neighbor. He longs not after manifold dainties. He delights not in varied apparel. He does not desire to live a long life, but only waits for the will of Elohim. And the spirits of deceit have no power against him, for he looks not on the beauty of women, lest he should pollute his mind with corruption. There is no envy in his thoughts. No malicious person makes his being to pine away, nor worry with insatiable desire in his mind. For he walks in singleness of being, and beholds all things in uprightness of heart, shunning eyes made evil through the error of the world. lest he should see the perversion of any of the commandments of Yahuah. Keep, therefore, my children, the Torah of Elohim, and get singleness, and walk in godlessness, not playing the busybody with the business of your neighbor, but love Yahuah and your neighbor. Have compassion on the poor and weak, bow down your back to husbandry, and toil in labors in all manner of husbandry, offering gifts to Yahuah with thanksgiving. For with the first fruits of the earth will Yahuah barak you, even as he barak all the saints from Havel even until now. For no other portion is given to you than of the fatness of the earth, whose fruits are raised by toil. For our father Yaʿaqob barak me with barakah of the earth and of first fruits. And Lewi and Yehudah were esteemed by Yahuah even among the sons of Yaʔaqob, for Yahuah gave them an inheritance, and to Lewi he gave the kahuna, and to Yehudah the sovereignty. And do you therefore obey them, and walk in the singleness of your father? For to Gath has it been given to destroy the troops that are coming upon Yasharal. Chapter 2. Know you therefore, my children, that in the last times your sons will forsake singleness, and will cleave to insatiable desire, and leaving godlessness will draw near to malice, and forsaking the commandments of Yahuah, they will cleave unto Beliar, and leaving husbandry, they will follow after their own wicked devices, and they shall be dispersed among the Gentiles, and shall serve their enemies. And do you therefore give these commands to your children, that if they sin, they may more quickly return to Yahuah? For he is merciful, and will deliver them, even to bring them back into their land. Behold, therefore, as you see, I am 126 years old, and am not conscious of committing any sin. Except my wife, I have not known any woman. I never committed fornication by the uplifting of my eyes. I drank not wine, to be led astray thereby. I coveted not any desirable thing that was my neighbor's. Guile arose not in my heart. A lie passed not through my lips. If any man were in distress, I joined my sides with his, and I shared my bread with the poor. I wrought reverence. All my days I kept truth. I loved Yahuah, likewise also every man with all my heart. So do you also these things, my children, and every spirit of Beliar shall flee from you, and no deed of wicked men shall rule over you, and every wild beast shall you subdue, since you have with you the Elohim of the Shamayim and earth, and walk with men in singleness of heart. And having said these things, he commanded his sons that they should carry him up to Cavron, and bury him there in the cave with his fathers. And he stretched out his feet and died at a good old age, with every limb sound, and with strength unabated. He slept the eternal sleep.